Good morning, welcome to day 4. So I'm just on what's translated as balcony of Europe. So it's pretty phenomenal views off the back of here. There's a bit of a rock formation down the bottom. So a little bit of a change of plan today. I'm going to Motril, which is about a 35-mile walk. But if you look along the coastline there's no coastline to actually walk along. So slight change of plan. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to head to the cave system. I'm going to head to the cave system that's about a 2-hour walk from where I'm at now. So I'm going to walk up to that, walk through the cave system. That takes about an hour. And then I'm going to head down to the next town, Almeria, by bus. Which is going to skip out about 10 miles of walking down a highway, so it just kind of makes sense for me to do that. Stunning. So just on the other side of that beach now, walked along there. So a bit of mountain climbing to do now to get to the cave system. On the way there's a big aqueduct called the Eagle Aqueduct, which used to bring water across to the sugarcane fields. So we'll go there first. Should be there in the next 20-30 minutes, and then yeah, onto the caves after that. So I've actually come across this little aqueduct as well, carrying the water across down from the mountains across to these fields behind that lead down to the sea. This isn't the one we're going to see. So you can just see up there, that's the old sugarcane mill that the aqueduct was feeding, but it's closed down now. It's pretty cool. That's where I've come from this morning, just over there in the far distance, that balcony of Europe. Right, so I've made it to the bridge towards the bottom of the gorge, I think you'd call it. So you've got, that's the aqueduct there in front, so I'm just going to follow this path up the side. Maybe try and get down into the valley as well. Right, so I've made it down into the bottom of the valley. So plan is now, I'm going to head through that little gap there in the aqueduct, see if there's a way of me climbing up. I need to get onto that side of the embankment because that's where the caves are over the back there. Right, so I've managed to get to the other side, up the valley. Harder than I actually expected. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be able to get up there. Basically, I need to go up kind of this direction. So hopefully there's a bit of a path carved out. Right, just made it to the top, a little bit out of breath. Right, okay, so about 5-10 minute walk now till I get to the caves. See you again there. Right, so I made it to the caves. So they've found cave drawings in here. You can't actually get to that part of it. But yeah, but apparently people lived in here thousands of years ago. Neanderthals and all that sort of stuff. So this cave's actually got the largest column in the world, which is 35 meters tall. I'll video that when we get there. Just going deeper down into the cave now. This place is absolutely unreal. This column here is holding on by literally a little strand. A bit on my legs at the minute. caves. So just heading back down to Nerja. As I mentioned, I'm going to get the train to Almeria. So just got to Almeria. I'm just going to head up to that monument up there. You got a castle in the distance, mountains behind. Big cross. Just got to Salabrina, so I'm about two and a half hours walk away from where I'm going. You can see the sun's already setting, so I'm really pushed against time here. So just had to come off the sea and to cross this bridge, check out these mountains and to walk through the countryside a bit here. So I just made it back to the beach, sunset. I'll be at my hotel in about 15-20 minutes. Ready to eat now. So just getting to my hotel now, just going to stop at this restaurant first, get some food. It's been a big day today, 40,000 steps. Even though I took the bus for a little section of it, it's been a good one. See you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to Walking with Rob. So it's a big day today. I'm going to be heading from Motril to La Rabita, which is, it's saying on Google Maps about 35 mile, but that's taking you through a mountain range that I don't really need to go through. And I think it'd be pretty cold up there, so I think I'm going to avoid that, to be honest, and just try and stick to the coast as much as possible. Yeah, the only place where I'm going to have to climb a mountain is where there's a tunnel, and there's no footpath there. Don't really fancy getting taken out by a HGV today, so I'll probably climb over that. So yeah, I reckon I'll be able to get it down to 25, 28 miles, something like that. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with it. It's a nice day for it. So I ended up walking through the countryside again. I mean, it's parallel to the coast and I'll be back on the coast within half an hour, something like that, but there's just no possible way unless I walk on the sand, and I really don't want to do that. I finally made it back to the beach, so I know we can follow along here for at least the next hour or two. Lovely. Crossing this bridge. I've never been on a bridge that bounces as much as this. It's quite scary when you look at the drop. So just come from the top of that rock, just heading up to the top of this one now. Just approaching my first obstacle of the day. It's a tunnel. So I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see how much room I've got to play with. If not, I've got to climb up there. I've got to climb up and over. So I'll check it out, see how we end up going. Right, now I'm a bit closer to it. Looking at it, I think it'd actually be way more dangerous for me to try and attempt to climb up the side of that rock face. It's quite wide. There is a little bit of a curb on the side, and it's only a short tunnel. So I'm just going to risk it and walk through, I think. I'm just going to have a break here for a couple of minutes before I venture into the tunnel. Right, I made it through the tunnel of doom. So that's the coastline I'm going to be walking along now for the next few miles. Probably stop when I get to that town from the horizon over there. Lovely. Just starting to go out of view now of that lighthouse up there. Just been following this beach for the last couple of miles. Just coming up to a town now in about a mile, which I'll stop and have a little 10-minute break. Feeling good today. I just had a little break, so I'm gonna head along this beach a little bit more, and then I've got to head up onto that mountain there, follow that round, and then if you see the white in the distance, I'm staying probably about 4 miles after that. So I've still got a good bit of trekking ahead of me. Crack on with it. Right, it's going to be road walking for a bit. Almeria, 95 kilometres away. Definitely chipping away at them miles now. So it's not ideal here having to walk along the side of the busy main road. The views make up for it though. Right, time for me to get back onto the road again, as it might be... Oh, actually, there's a little path there I can take. It's so cool when you see rocks like this and it's got the lines going through it. So that's where they've drilled down, put dynamite in to blow the rock away so they can create the road. It's sick. See that all over there as well. Although I'm having to follow the road here, it's arguably one of the most beautiful places that I've been on the trip so far. So just a bit further up here, around that corner up there, there's another tunnel to go through, so really hoping there's a pavement, because it looks like it's once again pretty difficult to scale it. So we'll see when we get up there. Right, so I've just got to the tunnel entrance and I've noticed there is actually a path round, so I can follow the mountain round, so I don't have to go through another danger tunnel. It's good news. Quite a bit of rock fall on this road here, so hopefully I'm lucky and nothing falls down and takes me out. Right, so I'm just coming off this mountain path now. So when I get round this corner, there's a bit of a beach. So I'm chill for 10 minutes, take in the sea, see what it's saying. Alright, so it's actually round that corner. I can see where the cove sticks out down there. Right, so it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've got about 8 miles left to do, so I should comfortably get there before it gets dark, with a couple of little breaks in there as well. So yeah, I don't know exactly where it is on the coast, but if I had to assume, I'd say it might be there or that town. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see when we get there. So this is Castel de Ferro. So I'm gonna have a little break here. I think I've earned it after all that climbing. Biggest paella I've ever seen. Crazy. People queuing for it. just had to follow the road heading up here. It's pretty much following the road for the next kind of 6 or 7 miles now. No other option really, unless I want to walk along the sand, and even then it becomes rock formations just past this bit here, so unless I wanted to swim, there's no other option but to take the road. So hopefully it's a little bit wider than what we've got just here, and hopefully there's no big vehicles or anything come down. It should be fine. It's pretty tight down here. I'm pretty much walking the white line. The coastline today has been absolutely incredible. I've got to go through a super tight tunnel now. Oh, there's actually a little pavement. Happy days. And there's only one more tunnel then, and I'm at my hotel. I'm at my base for the night, so not too far to go now. There's only about 3 miles left, so I'll definitely be there before dark, which is good news. I'm ready for a rest and a bit of food, I think. It's a pretty unique looking castle. So I just stopped off in that town back there just for a bit of food. Only a couple of miles left to go. This is the last tunnel coming up there. So I've got the option of either going through the tunnel, depending on what it's like, or I can scale the rocks on the outside by the sea, or I can climb up the hill towards that little viewpoint up there. So I'll assess the situation when I get down there and see what's the best course of action for it. So that's actually crazy. I mean, Google Maps is fantastic. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without Google Maps, but Google Maps tells you that there's no way around this tunnel. You can't go through it. You've got to go all the way around. There's a big mountain behind here. So it tells you that you've got to go 10 miles across a mountain range to be able to get around this tunnel. And there's actually just a path that leads around the side of it. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. It's perfect. If any of you guys know how to recommend a route to Google Maps, I need to put this in because they've missed a trick here. This has been one thing that I've been semi-concerned about, how I was going to get through this tunnel or what I was going to have to do to get around it rather than walking over a mountain range. So yeah, if anyone knows how to do that, let me know and I'll send Google an email or whatever. Right, so I've just made it to my my hotel where I'm going to be staying for the night. Today has been the longest walk. It's been the most uphill, downhill walk that I've done to date, but it's definitely been the most enjoyable. It's been absolutely unreal, the views today. So if you like it, there's going to be much more. Still got another, 4 or 5 days of walking, so legs are still feeling good, feet are still hanging on. I don't know how, but we just keep going. So it's amazing what the human body can actually do when it's pushed. So see you tomorrow, guys.